So Jason, the last time that we connected, we left off with the Sucker MC snare fills.
Yeah.
I remember we started working on that towards the end of our practice, and you were struggling a little, understanding how to get the moves out. I don't know if I sent you the tutorial for it. Did I?
Yeah.
So did you watch it? Did you study it? Were you able to grasp the concept of the moves via the tutorial?
Yeah, I understand it. After a little bit of practice, I can nail it a lot more. Doing it cold, sometimes I have to warm up for a little bit first, but I can. I mean, best way is to show you. Wow, this is really bad.
Stop for a second.
Yeah.
So your issue is you're moving too fast.
Okay.
Watch me. So you gotta just slow down a little and move consistently. Like, you start off pretty good when you first execute the initial fills. Then when you swap to the opposite turntable, you speed up, and it's throwing off the timing. So move at the same speed you do when you land the early fills.
Okay.
Stop. Hear a difference?
Yeah, felt better.
Did you notice how different it sounded when you slow down?
Yeah, totally different. It was just, before it was a mess, a train wreck, and this is more or less getting to where it needs to be.
Right. So the point that I'm trying to emphasize with you right now is when you do the Sucker MC snare fills, it's not, it looks like I'm going super fast, and on...
Yeah, because there's a lot of sounds, that's why.
Right, exactly. It's a lot of sounds, and it's easy to get lost in the visualness of my left and right hands moving and swapping from the record to the fader back to the record on the opposite turntable. But it's not just all out speed, it's controlled speed.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright, now what I want us to do is apply those hand movements to a song that doesn't have the drum roll.
Yeah.
See if you could figure out how to apply the same movements to just a regular drum sequence. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. All right, now let's go back to Sucker MCs.
Okay.
That was pretty good. You look comfortable, and you didn't freak out or anything. I want to show you a different way to execute the fills that is more conducive for transferring that pattern of movement to a drum sequence.
Okay. I got the Sucker MCs back then.
All right. So now what I want you to practice for me, I'm hoping that you did this on your own time, is the single fills. Do you remember when I covered the single fills in the tutorial?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can do.
So right now you've been doing double fills. Let's see if you could execute single fills. So I want to make sure that you understand what single fills are. You're only filling once and then swapping to the opposite turntable. You fill once and you swap back to the opposite turntable. So right now your brain is accustomed to moving twice, like doing 2 strokes on the fader and the record, but you want to now take out 1 stroke. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Alright, got it now. Alright, give me 1 second. I've never done this before. I've never done this before.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to execute single fills, double fills, and triple fills with this concept of beat juggling.
Days.
Because did you notice when you went to Steezo, it sort of translated, but it didn't?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's because Steezo has a regular drum beat sequence, right? Whereas the opening of Sucker MCs has the snare rolls. So you could move twice. You could execute 2 strokes on the record and the fader to fill in the snares. Yeah. And it worked on Sucker MCs because the drum roll repeats itself. Boom, ka, 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 ka. But on a regular song like Steezo, the drum sequence changes. In 1 bar, you have the kicks in different spots. The only constant is the hi-hat. So you're feeling the hat on Steezo, and you're executing single fills so that it's easier for your listener to follow. Because if you try to do double fills, the kicks and the snares kind of throw off the listening experience. So if you focus or isolate sonically the hat, which repeats with the same timing as the snare rolls on Sucker MCs, then you execute the single fills there, and then the kicks and the snares on Steezo kind of just fall in line. So let me give you an example. Like, this is a very important aspect of beat juggling.
Wow.
So check it out. This is me executing double fills on Steezo. Now I'm going to execute single fills on Steezo. Which one was easier for you to follow?
The second one was easier to follow.
Exactly. The second one was easier to follow. Yeah. Because with the single fills, you're isolating the hats because the hats are sequenced with the same timing of the snares that you hear in the intro of Sucker MCs. So you got to be able to kind of like move as if you're on Sucker MCs and not be distracted by the kicks and the snares you hear also programmed in the beat. It works better when you just stroke the fader once and the record once, do one fill, opposed to trying to do two, because then it gets a little more convoluted and chaotic. So that's why it's important for you to learn and master the single fills.
This is amazing. I never knew this. I've just like all the time I've been trying to do doubles, the singles, the way that sounded. I've never done that.
Yeah. Well, that's why you hired me to train you. You know what I mean? To take a lot of the mysticism and secrecy out of this art, because you could see someone execute a technique and think you know what they're doing, but when you really dive into it, realize that there are subtle details that they're adding to their moves that might go over your head, you know?
Damn. Yeah.
So let's go back to Sucker MCs and do those single fills.
I'm trying, yeah. Let's do it.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Now, something I want to point out to you is you're not giving yourself enough setup time. What I mean by that is, right now you're in such a rush to just jump into the meat of the movements that you're just rushing, setting yourself up to land the first fill. Instead, take your time. Do a longer baby scratch on the right turntable and make sure that you're properly set up on the left before you start.
Wow. It sounds so good when it's right.
It does, doesn't it?
It sounds so good. Oh.
You're moving too fast. Yeah, that was better. Yes! Nice! Nice.
I just need to practice it more. I've got it. Then I think I've got it now, but I just need to get tighter and consistently all the time. But I've never done that before. I've done doubles, doubles, tried triples, but not done singles.
Yeah.
Just throwing me way off. I can't believe it.
Well,
I thought I was getting better.
Your brain has to be able to switch gears when you want it to and not get confused. That is beat juggling. Like, you're not just going to do the same pattern every song you throw on the turntables. You got to get in and out of a variety of different patterns. And within patterns, there are a myriad of ways of flipping a move. You know, that's the whole point of me telling you guys, don't settle or be complacent on learning a move the way I teach it to you in a tutorial. Like, you guys have to figure out ways to stretch the movements. And just now, we took the Sucker MC snare fills and we're giving the listener, the audience, two different versions of one basic move, which is a fill. You're doing double fills, and now you're starting to grasp the concept of doing the single fills. There are also triple fills. Wow. Let me just explain to you this. Like, we got the single fills down. We understand that now.
Yeah.
You started off doing double fills, but you could add a triplet, a 16th note triplet within the move.
Right, okay.
Alright? So watch. So that's the fill being executed with a 16th note triplet.
Wow.
And that's, again, see how much we're stretching this one move?
Yeah, definitely.
So never be complacent in just learning a pattern the way I teach it. Once you master it, then figure out where you can take the pattern. What could you add to it?
Yeah, I don't want to attempt that yet. I will attempt that when you're not here. So that.
Yo, good job, man.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
All right, Jason.
All right, thank you. All right, you take care. I want to get another lesson in. Obviously, a bit early next year.
Right on, man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your help. Peace.